For the first time in a long time, Fannie Mae, a leading source of mortgage financing in the U.S. and really good at collecting data, now expects home prices to fall in 2023. Fannie Mae economists expect home prices to actually decline 1.5% in 23, with home sales predicted to fall 21% as the feds are still struggling with inflation. What does this mean for buyers and sellers? Over the past few weeks, the housing market has responded to the feds tightening up on money. Essentially, a big bucket of ice water doused the housing market flames. In a housing market that went from buyers being unable to win a contract because of red-hot competition to buyers being unable to afford one because of 40-year high interest rates, buyers have really taken a beating. On the seller side, they went from easy money in terms of capturing high prices and very little, if any, repair work to languishing on the market, cutting prices, and offering concessions. At this point, buyers and sellers alike are trying to understand a housing market that just doesn't make sense anymore. Falling prices and plummeting home sales won't shock the system like back in '08, mainly because better loans, better borrowers, and tons of equity build up over the last couple of years. So if you're looking for a crash like back then, I don't believe that's going to happen. The fundamentals, they're just not there. In terms of projections, even the pros are feeling their way through the market, meaning even educated guesses can be wrong. Zillow, another beast when it comes to data, has been revising expected home prices down each and every month for half a year. Year-over-year price increase projections went from 19 and 20% to 1.4%. On February 10th, Fannie Mae predicted 3.3% price increase next year. This was before the Fed's jacked rates and soaring energy prices. For several months, the number stayed steady. Then in August and September, the number jumped to 4.4%. This reflected a jump to the market for buyers wanting to beat higher interest rates and sellers wanting to sell before missing out on a hot market. Then things just died in October. The projections for 2023 came in at a negative 1.5%. This is what that looks like. A shocking change from 20 to 15 to 4.4% to negative 1.5%. Increasingly high interest rates and a growing suspicion that prices are dropping anyway, these are causing buyers to sideline themselves because of prices and wanting to position themselves for a much better deal moving forward, deals they just didn't have in the recent past. A Fannie Mae survey, the Home Buyer Sentiment Index, that takes the temperature of potential home buyers, dropped for the 7th month in a row. Further evidence of why so many buyers are now on the fence. Few buyers believe buying right now is in their best interest. I want to make a point here. These projections that we've been talking about from Zillow and Fannie Mae are constantly being updated to reflect the current environment. What I'm saying is nothing is carved in stone, as the consistent revisions prove. It'll be interesting to see what the slow season brings. This year, the holidays, a traditionally slow period, is just around the corner, and another rate hike is expected by the Fed soon. So now, we not only have buyers on the fence for the reasons I've mentioned, high interest and low confidence, but also sellers are now locked in, holding inventory off the market. If your current mortgage is in the 3s or 4s, the thought of selling your home to move up or move down or be an empty nester is not at all motivating if your new rate's going to be 6 or 7. The rule of thumb for rates and purchasing power is 1% increase in interest rate causes a 10% loss in buying power. It could cost them significantly more to move and live in the same type of dwelling. So outside of no other options but to move, sellers are staying put. Interest rates are expected to ease next year, but frankly, not by much. Keep in mind this forecast is general in nature. Not all markets across the country will react the same. Think about gas prices. Some places have brutal prices, while others are just really uncomfortable. Some of the hottest areas will be really taking a beating. Think West Coast. Be sure to watch my upcoming video, The 20 Most Overvalued Cities in the U.S. But the point is, market pressure is forcing prices down, interest rates higher, and sellers to stay put. This is consistent across the country. The only question is, to what degree? Have you seen this in your area? If you like this video, please share it with friends to help me spread the word, and subscribe so you know when the next video drops. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you and your time. Talk to you soon.